Hi YouTube, how are you today? Well, this is Anneke Van Buren from Ocala and Tampa, Florida. And it's probably about 99 or 100 degrees out. So I'm thinking, let's mix up something refreshing, lighter alcohol, and very cool, and something that's really not known that much to us in the US. But it is in Europe, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and of course, Great Britain. It's called a Shandy. And for those of you who are my British fans, European fans, this will probably be familiar to you. So, it was invented in like the 1880s in Great Britain. And this little opener that I have here does not want to cooperate. Let's see if we can do it this way. Let me get it under here. There we go. And it's lighter. Now, you're supposed to mix it with a lighter beer, like a pale ale or a lager. But what I have on hand is Stella. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix 6 ounces of a lighter beer, 6 ounces of ginger beer, and the authors of this piece suggested maybe a little dash of Angostura bitters. Now, I like bitters with everything, so I think it's fine. So I'm going to grab my measuring cup right here. Excuse me just a minute. And I'm going to measure in 6 ounces. Actually a little less because my glass doesn't quite take 12. And it just came out of the freezer. Yes, I'll keep my cocktail glasses, my beer glasses, and my vodka in the freezer. So 6 ounces. And this is Stella. Mix in 6 ounces of ginger beer. Now you can also use just ginger ale, you can use lemonade, you can use Sprite, you can use any variety of things. I'm going to try it with the ginger beer, and I'm going to tell you right up front, it's never been my favorite thing. But when in England, okay. Add that to the beer. I kind of overpoured that. But I'm going to add a few dashes of Angostura bitters. Have you ever have an upset tummy? This and a glass of water. Straighten it right out. And then you may, if you choose, add a wedge of lemon. And since it's bubbly, you don't really need to stir it. So let's see what this tastes like, shall we? It's better than I thought. Very different. Very refreshing now. So I had my just ginger ale here in case. But I think that's okay. Now, if I put that in the refrigerator for this evening, it'll be flat, but that's okay. It's just a taste testing. So what am I wearing today? It's hot out. Let's wear either shorts or a mini, something that's cooler, something that's a little fetishy. So I've got these thigh-high boots on. They're suede, and a very, very, very short miniskirt. And if you're wondering, Anneke, what happened to your hair? It exploded. Yeah, I know. This is the problem with living in Florida. I love wearing my hair straight. That's my preferred hairstyle, although some of you have said here that you like it curly. But the minute I blow it dry straight and go step outside, it goes frizz. And there's nothing uglier than a so-called straight hairstyle with a bunch of frizz. So I've just given up. And this is what it looks like. Curly. Kind of run amok. Is it easier? Yes and no. But that's okay. I was in Orlando on Sunday. I had a dinner date there, and he was staying in one of the Disney resorts, so I kind of had to meet him there. And if you've ever stayed at Disney, in the hotel resorts, the rooms go on for miles, and we were walking and walking and walking and walking, and I have asthma, and I knew it was 100 without the heat index, and finally I said to him, I can't do this. So we went in the room, and I got out my rescue inhaler and sat down and just kind of collapsed for a while. It was just so hot and so humid. And my sister lives here in this community that I'm in, and we're both from upstate New York, and yesterday we got together and we said, I've been thinking about New York. Maybe we should have never moved here. But then you're in the house for 6 months in the winter and you're cold. So there's no perfect place. You just have to make the best of wherever you are and be happy in the surroundings you are in. I don't know if any of you ever have days where you think, I'm just overwhelmed. Everything's going wrong. Poor me. Nothing's going my way. I can't get anything right. I can't get anything done. We all have those days, don't we? Well, I have them too, but not very often. Because I've learned that the minute those thoughts start to enter my mind, it's like a bad channel on the TV. You have to change that channel. And how do I do it? Every morning, I sit down. I have a journal. And I write my thought for the day, whatever it might be. Thank you. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I write down 10 things. And as I'm sitting outside on my patio here, the birds are here, the flowers are around me, I start to write. And the first thing that I always write is life or alive. And then I'll think, well, I had a good night's sleep, I'm rested. I'm thankful for this wonderful cup of coffee. It doesn't really matter what it is when you start to look around you and you think about all the things that really are okay in your life. All of a sudden, you have set the tone for the day. Does it happen overnight that you feel gratitude or you recognize you're in that spiral? No, it takes work and it takes time and it takes some discipline to say to myself, I am going to be grateful today and I'm going to be thankful today for all that life has brought my way. I started to do this about 12 or 13 years ago. I was having a bad day and I said to a friend of mine, you know, things have been going better lately, but I'm so afraid that it's all going to disappear. And I said, I know fear is the worst place that I can be in. And this is when she suggested to me to start a gratitude list. And you can believe it or not, but within 2 days, everything flipped around. And life started to take on a different aspect. And it started right here with my attitude. So you can do that too. It doesn't cost a thing. So why don't you pass that on to somebody who may be struggling? It doesn't cost a thing to be kind. I'll see you next week. Oh, and try a Shandy. You never know, you might like it. Namaste, my friends.